Hello and welcome. My name is Stuart Matheson. I run Fractional Clients, where over the past couple of years we've helped over 150 fractional leaders sign more, better, and higher paying clients. In this video, I want to walk you through how we helped a fractional CFO here sign 4 clients from 2 months / 60 days of outreach. Over that time, we brought in 32 leads. 11 of those leads booked meetings, and 4 of those leads turned into paying clients. So let's go into how we actually did that, starting with the background. So Chris had a lot of experience, as most fractional CFOs do, all of which in healthcare. So that's medical devices, medical technology, health SaaS, healthcare delivery startups as well. We were targeting the usual size range for fractional executives, which is of course big enough that they have some money to spend on some sort of C-suite leadership, but they're not at the stage yet where they either have the money or have the need for a full-time C-suite leader. So this was the case. This was the size that we were targeting for Chris on this occasion. So why did he come to us in the first place? He had ending contracts, so he was in a place where he was looking for new clients. He didn't have a consistent pipeline system, and also he didn't know how to create one, which is normal for a fractional CFO. Building pipeline, doing marketing, doing business development isn't what a fractional CFO does. So it makes sense to delegate that to a company that knows what they're doing. In that sense. So, starting with who we were targeting. Now, we wanted to split test a few different markets. So, as you can see in the right, the decision maker was always the CEO/founder, which is typically the best decision making for any fractional executive. We split tested healthcare delivery and medical devices and health tech, plus software in general as well there. And then you can see at the end we added on biotechnology. We also split tested sizes as well. So we had a headcount size mix of 2 to 10, and then we also tried 11 to 50 as well. All of which 500k to 10 million yearly revenue. So good markets to target for fractional work. So we had copy for every campaign. For C2, as you can see, we split tested a message and a bead message. This is what worked best. All right. So going back to the ICP targeting, that was medical devices, 2 to 10 headcount size that were 500k to 10 million in revenue. That was the audience that we found worked best in this case. Does that mean that's the best audience for every fractional CFO in healthcare? Of course not. Like different, segments of the market are going to be different. Are going to be best for different people. That's why we do this style of outreach where we try different things, because even though we have a really good pulse on the fractional exec market, because we've worked with a lot of people in a lot of different industries, we never know exactly what is going to work best for any given person. Like, it's unrealistic to say that we know exactly what's going to work best in every case. So we have a little bit of kind of split testing to see what works best every time, both with the targeting and messaging. Feel free to have a read of the messages there. They brought in by far the most leads that led to the most clients being signed, which is why we featured them there. We actually don't use that style of messaging much at all anymore. This used to work really well, but times change. And it actually, like this style of outreach where we're realistically not really changing anything on a per company basis, it doesn't work that well anymore. What we do now is we have a different message to every company we contact, right? So we have different levels of personalization. It could relate to the exact amount they have in funding. It could relate to their team structure. It could relate to something on their website. These are all different things that we can comment on and talk about individually for every lead. That way, when a prospect receives it, they know that it's written exactly for them, which, as you would imagine, converts at a higher rate. So that's actually what we're doing right now, if you were to use these types of messages right now, it probably wouldn't work nearly as well as it did for Chris on this occasion, because what works with cold outreach does change quite quickly. And so once we do the outreach, we didn't just leave it there. We handled the leads as well. So whenever they respond, we would inform Chris and Dana, who worked with Chris, we would inform that there's a lead coming in. We would handle it, or Chris, the client, would handle it. With everyone we work with, it's sometimes a slightly different system. Some people want to handle all of their leads. Some people want us to handle them all the way to the first meeting. Whatever works best, that's what we do. Everyone is a little bit different. So as I mentioned, this brought in 32 leads over the 2 months. We got 11 meetings booked. And by the way, we qualify a lead as someone that responded with interest, right? So they've said, yes, I am interested. Can you send me more info, or I would like to talk about this, or whatever it may be. So not all of them actually turn into meetings, but these are close to the normal benchmarks. You want probably like a third to one half of your leads to actually turn into meetings. Anything beyond that, I would say, is pretty good. And then you probably want a conversion rate of roughly 30%. Maybe it could be maybe 20 to 30%, but I think if it's below 20%, then there's probably something wrong. So these numbers fit our benchmarks quite well, I would say. And so from the end of the engagement, Chris had fairly positive things to say about us, which was great. Feel free to read the recommendation there. We were really happy with it. Chris is one of many fractional CFOs we've worked with, not just in healthcare, but in tech and in manufacturing and in service businesses and in construction and in a few others as well. So if you're a CFO or you're a fractional CFO rather, and you're watching this and you're thinking, I could deal with some new clients, or I could deal with some advice on my pricing or sales process or whatever it may be, feel free to send us a message. You can find me on LinkedIn, or you can book a call through our website, which is of course fractionalclients.com, and we would be happy to chat with you and hopefully work with you. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Hope you found it useful, and maybe chat to you soon. All right, thank you. Take care.